sprint under the glare. Marc Marquez on pole for the 4th time. It's one of his least favoured venues. Front row for the first time is to be his big comeback weekend. Way back in 11th after crashing in qualifying there, and no rider has ever won here.
Now looking at who's in front of him, the row in front start, he's really good at that actually. He has to be super good.
Front runners, we saw the front row were gone with the soft tyre. Quite dropped yesterday with the tyre
track. Now there's a nice layer going about them a lot.
I want to just be able to keep them at bay.
I don't the braking zone. He'll have already been left, trying to force people to his left
at the start of the season. So just 21 runners when we have the full Grand Prix and 22 laps up for grabs. So Marquez 1-2 on the laps. A narrow racing line. Start from Quartararo on the inside 3rd spot, and then one of the BR4. So it's Marq leading. Yeah, what a start for the rookie. And 6 on the inside comes Maverick.
He could battle for the win.
The Yamaha. Bagnaia just got past the cost. Turn 10 there. Zarco means business. He's in 8th as he tries.
This corner, yeah.
Quartararo, and watch the disadvantage off. But Alex takes over from his brother.
Alex should have attacked. Obviously, Alex tried the pass down the
behind him. Down towards turn 6, they go in 6th.
It looks
Alex, isn't it? It has been through fast corners. Alex Marquez has to work this one out.
Did you on Bagnaia yesterday? The fastest.
Exactly, and now Frankie Morbidelli's there.
Right, watch this.
It's this rider on track in 3rd place on this. Not able to get.
Jorge Martin is behind
Bagnaia. He was as quick. Under as well. Through it. So have a look. Is there any ride height?
How
many times have we heard it here? As things stands, Marq would reclaim.
And nobody in front of his teammate as well.
He gets in race, but he's not getting to the front and trying to.
Over the years, Valentino Rossi was the king of Mick doing, just destroy them out.
Were you watching his start? Did you see anything?
No, he might be on his spare bike. That doesn't feel the.
We came here this weekend. Frankie Morbidelli was ahead of Bagnaia in their teen years.
This is a
talk about motorbikes and race together in the Gian Antonio, and while that's a late corner. Di Gian Antonio should. The line from Acosta means he's good at
real opportunist move there. The door is
gap at the front, steady at the 8th place between.
All of a sudden, Zarco was on a very.
When we saw him really for the first time, it's almost like he's taken the medium tyre.
0.6 of a second slower.
Fabio was really annoyed because Michelin worked out you had to go fast straight away on the six. Marc has just set personal best lap.
Yeah, compared to Bagnaia, he's 1.1. Yeah. They've rebuilt it.
And on the medium, Pedro Acosta almost went.
Catch that.
That was fast, wasn't it? I've got to give credit in for Bagnaia, who is still in 11th. Yeah, he was 1/10 quicker than Iagura on.
Of coming back after an injury. You start to lose your adrenaline as the race champion.
Yeah. Under the glare of his brother on that last lap.
Yeah, he stopped the block,
starting to pile the pressure on Maverick.
And he has said every time he rides about Herbie.
Pedro Acosta's got through on Joan Zarco.
Never hesitates. Look at that! Into the hairpin corners. He uses a lot of this because it was actually too much.
You know, he turned 20.
By the way, we were all saying no.
Was he telling a lie? Yeah, he's 19 until
place.
Go on the soft? Yes, he is. Higher than Di Gian Antonio. The soft tyre bounces. One Moto2 champion at the front. The gap is now at 1 second. It's warning. I expect that's a couple of times with Vinales. This is the soft tyre dropping. So Vinales on the Yamaha, on the medium bridging. After what we saw in pre-season 10.
The qualifying's 50% of it is there or thereabouts.
And
Bagnaia was drawn in anyway.
3 laps to go. He was 4/10 quicker on that last lap.
What happens is when you lose grip at the rear, you
think about Pedro Acosta, he had to side of it.
Yeah, that looked that
Maverick Vinales, the top KTM. I'd love to see his race time.
Gap at the front is.
Will Alex have something? We were expecting.
Definitely been a problem.
A soft tyre runners dropping back, Acosta behind. As you'd expect, it's qualifying. That's part of the. There's on his copybook this year.
Strange. And he even talked about that on the.
Fabio Quartararo is closing up to 7th, and surely like differently to try and set.
Dropped anchor. He's just in reverse.
Right, we've still got about a third.
That's 0.7 of a second, Fizz.
Frankie Carciani.
He builds a bike not for the Suzuki. Yeah, you're exactly right.
A light blue bike to.
Quartararo doesn't go defensive.
last year. That'll be what we're saying when they get shows what we're going to see tomorrow in the race. So Quartararo in there, and Aldeguer's going to that in a sprint race this year. But it's Quartararo, so unfortunate. Ferrari just waving the checkpoint scoring finishes, having passed.
To come here, a track he's only ever won.
There's chance, that's what we were told from
Neil Hodgson and Gavin.